Hello everyone, today's lesson is lesson 65, identifying parallel and perpendicular lines and line segments. So in our last lesson we learned how to name shapes and how to name different lines and parts of the shapes. This figure here is called a parallelogram. I can name this parallelogram in the same way we named the rectangles, squares, and triangles in the last lesson. So this parallelogram's name would be ABCD. So I would draw a little parallelogram shape and then put the letters ABCD. Then I can also name the sides. Each of the sides will have its own name. So our sides would be AB, BC, CD, and DA. I can also name the angles. So my first angle here we would call angle A. Now if I put in numbers I can call them by those numbers as well. But this could also be called angle BAD. Okay. This angle over here would be angle C or angle BCD. Now I can draw diagonals on parallelograms because I can go from angle to angle straight across the center. So this diagonal would be called line AC. I could also put a second one going this way, there we go, which would be line DB. Okay. AC and BD are called parallel line segments. So BC and AD or DA are parallel line segments. And I'll show you what I mean. Both of these lines would be able to continue on forever and never meet. Parallels are line segments that are always the same distance apart. So even if I continued these lines down, they would stay the same distance apart no matter which way I went. These are some parallel lines. Again, you can see that these lines will never meet even if I extend them. Okay, so that's what makes them parallel. I can write that BC is parallel to AD on our last picture here, like this. So I would say that BC is parallel to AD. Okay, and you can see that BC and AD will never cross. The two L's in the word parallel can help remind you that what parallel lines look like. Another type of line is called an intersection. Now, intersections are just where two lines meet. And they can meet in lots of different ways, as you can see here. We also have, so we can see here that we have some line intersections. EH meets up with EF, FG also meets up with EF, and HG meets up with FG and EH. So they intersect each other. Now on this rectangle, these lines intersect in a special way. They're what we call perpendicular lines, which are line segments that intersect that make a square when they meet. So you can see here that these make a square when the lines meet each other. So these are perpendicular lines. So on my rectangle, If I wanted to write what the perpendicular lines were, I might say that the lines were EH and EF. And to draw that, I would say EF, the line EF, is perpendicular, and we use this symbol to show perpendicular, to EH. I could also say that FG is perpendicular to GH. FG is perpendicular to GH. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching.